So, where to start? I believe that no matter what information that you have that can assist other people, that can help them grow, that it's your responsibility to do so. Of course, first, gaining that knowledge and that information for yourself, and beginning to live out that information in a way that is not only conducive to your life, but brings you in a higher state of being. It is our responsibility to share information with other people and not be afraid to share that information with them, but to also be able to give them that information in a way that will help them to grow, and that can empower them. And so the words that I'm getting ready to speak within this video, I pray that I empower you from a different standpoint, and that whatever it is that you hear that comes from me, that it lifts you into a place, a higher state of being, that it gives you something that maybe you've not had, or maybe you have had, but you're beginning to see in a different way. I am a person who strongly believes that when we talk about other people, that not only are we talking about ourselves, because sometimes we see those things that people do so readily in other people because we've done them before, or because we still hold those energies in us, and it makes it easy to see from the outside than it is from the inside. And so I'm going to tell you guys something that happened to me when I was little. When I was little, and I don't remember specifically all of my energy, but I remember being little and being in fights. And I don't mean, some were fist fights, and I mean little. Younger than 10, being in fist fights, and being in verbal fights, and being in fights that I had not even had any control over. I didn't do anything with regards to this fight. And sometimes the fights were because the dark-skinned people against the light-skinned people, or because a younger two got in a fight over whatever, and everybody was split up into groups. And these were not adults, it was all children. And so what that taught me as a young person was that people are always going to take sides. There was always sides, there's always teams, my team against your team, my side against your side. And I think in some way, shape, or form, that made me the person that I am today. I don't like taking sides. I feel that in particular situations, there's always room for growth. And if we learn to look at whatever it is that we're having an issue about, we both can learn from that and move forward from it. I'm saying this because I have, been in a space, because I am who I am, and because I'm always trying to see the higher things within people, that sometimes other people who have issues with other people bring their issues to me. And it almost feels like when I was little, like I had to take sides against, people in order for me to love you more, I got to be on your side. In order for me to love them more, I got to be on their side. And it probably is another reason why I don't like when people talk about other people, because it pits you against other people. It makes you look at people from that person's perspective. And that's not fair, because I should be able to be given, look at a person or a situation from my own perspective. I shouldn't have to look at a person from your perspective in the way that you don't like them, or you bring in to me certain things about them that are not right. I think that when people have issues with each other, that it is important that those two people, or whoever all is involved within that situation, that they sit down and have a conversation, especially when you're family members. because in order for us to grow, individually, and to grow as a family, and to grow as a generation, a community, a society, as a universe, there has to be communication between other people. I am a person who is tough love. My children can tell you this. I'm getting into a state where I'm really discerning people's spirits and being able to talk to them from their level of spirit. But at the same time, I can very well give you some tough love. I could tell you some things that you need to hear. And if you're not in the state of mind of wanting to receive them, it could possibly seem like I'm being mean to you. But that is never my intention with anybody, is to ever be mean to them. I tell people certain things because I love them, and I think it's important that you get that information so that you can begin to take a look at it and say, okay, how is this information that she gave me true? Is any of this information that she gave me true? If so, what do I do with the information? And where did whatever it is that she told me that is true, where did it come from? And so that you can begin to heal whatever that is. But as we are people who are growing in a society, it's important that you begin to look at yourself and how you present in the world, how you present to other people, how you present within a situation or an experience, so that you can be the highest level of yourself at any given moment. And I know this because this is something that I work on a daily basis. For the past couple of months, probably 6-8 months, I've lost 2 people that are a major part of my life. I've lost my sister, and recently I've lost my father. And so at this stage of my life, I'm really looking to see how I can do things better, how I can step inside of myself and be a better individual. And so it's been such a real struggle within me to do these things and to really pull myself apart, and to be able to look at some of the things that have happened into my life, some of the things that I've done as a result of other things, but then also some things that were done that I had no control of. And when I spoke earlier of the situation of being such a young person and learning how to take sides, that was not something that I should have had to deal with as a young kid. The adults, or the people who were much older than me at that particular time, they did not even have the wherewithal within themselves to understand that this is not the way that we should be teaching the younger kids. And so because of the fact that they didn't know that as a younger person, and I don't know if they understood it as they even began to grow older. I don't believe so, because today I was kind of put into a situation where one person came to me as if I needed to know all these things about another person. And that to me is so not fair, especially, early in the morning, somebody pushing off on you their perceptions of another person. And you have no idea what the hell is going on. You're just living your life, and you're trying to be in a space of growth for everybody, for everyone, and most importantly for yourself. Anyway, it is so important that we begin to look at ourselves from a different standpoint, and so that we're able to grow, and that we don't continuously repeat the same things over and over and over, because the same people who taught me as a young child or tried to teach me, because that was something that I never allowed to happen. I saw how it tore us apart as kids, and I just did not want to have that particular type of energy. I didn't know what to call it as I was growing up, but now as an adult, I realized that it was a particular energy that I did not want to carry. So I never was this type of person to take sides over things. Like, That just doesn't make sense to me. You know, if you live in the same household, how can you, you know, take sides of something? How can you, you know, everybody who has a particular issue about certain things, you're on this side, and if you feel some way differently about it, you're on this side. Well, no, we kind of live in the same household. We still have to be together. So let's figure out how we can, you know, agree to disagree. And so anyway, this life has been truly amazing to just kind of see certain things that have happened within your life and how it still affects you as an adult, growing up. I mean, as you know, walk within your whole life of being, and you still see that people are still the same way, and you're really hoping for a change.